By question solving, I am saying that some of us students are facing problem in hydrology portion. So hydrology was in your previous semester, but I am here discuss some important point related to hydrology. Okay, so you can able to answer the question. So first is the what is hydrology? So hydrology is a graph which shows the rate of flow versus time. So we can represent hydrology as this is the time, this is the discharge in unit meter U per second, and we can draw the graph as this one. Okay, so this point is the crest. This point is the crest. This is the falling limb. This is the rising limb. Here is the base flow. Okay, and this hydrograph is drawn as per hydrograph that is represented here. So this represents hydrograph. So this show the rainfall event. This show the hydrograph is the graph of rainfall intensity versus time. So why we construct hydrograph? So hydrograph is constructed to find out discharge pattern of a particular drainage basin. Also for the prediction of flood event. So hydrograph also help to do prediction of flood event. Okay. Next point is the what is direct runoff and what is base flow. That is also uh, shown in diagram. So direct runoff means surface flow plus undelayed subsurface flow, and base flow is the groundwater flow plus delayed subsurface flow. Okay. Next is the what is the main source of direct flow? So that is the runoff. Runoff is the main source of direct flow. And next is the what is the main source of waste flow? So this is the groundwater. Groundwater is the main source of waste flow. Next is the basin lag. So this portion shown is the basin lag. This is the basin lag. So what is basin lag? So basin lag is the time difference between the peak of the rainstorm and the peak flow of the river. Okay, basin lag is the time difference between the peak of the rainstorm and peak flow of the river. So direct flow and base flow. Direct flow is the volume of water reaching the river from the surface runoff, and the source of direct flow is the rainfall, and base flow is the volume of water reaching the river from surface runoff, and source of base flow is the groundwater flow. Next is the unit hydrograph. So there is some assumption to analysis of unit hydrograph. So first assumption is excess rainfall has constant intensity during duration. This is the first assumption of unit hydrograph. Second assumption is the excess rainfall is uniformly distributed on watershed and the base time of runoff is also constant. Ordinate of unit hydrograph are proportional to total runoff that show the linearity relation. And the unit hydrograph represent all characteristic of watershed and is time invariant, that means the stationary. Then area is a large basin receive more precipitation than small, therefore have larger runoff. And if a larger area, larger size mean longer lag time also, as water has a longer distance to travel to the outlet, and this time of travel is also known as time of concentration. So unit hydrograph, shape of unit hydrograph depends on area, that is shape and slope of area, soil, land use, drainage density, precipitation, and also temperature. So channel flow can be faster down a steep slope, therefore a steeper rising limb and shorter lag time. And if soil is more infiltration, soil has a high infiltration capacity, then the longer lag time and shallower the rising leaf. If urbanization, concrete and tarmac form impermeable surface, then creating a steep rising limb and shortening the time lag. And next factor is the afforestation. So intercept the precipitation, creating a shallow rising limb and lengthening the time lag. Also, this depend on drainage density. So a higher density will allow rapid overland flow. Next is the precipitation and temperature. So short and intense rainstorm can produce rapid overland flow and a steep rising limb. And if the ground is frozen rapid, then surface runoff occurs. Also, snow on the ground can act as a store, producing a long lag time and shallow rising limb. So once the sets of a rising limb become steep. So basically, in a simple language, we can analyze the unit hydrograph theory is transforming the runoff from rainfall. Also a mathematical concept that is based on linearity and covariance. So a unit hydrograph is defined as a hydrograph or direct runoff resulting from one unit depth, that means 1 centimeter of rainfall excess occurring uniformly over the basin at a uniform rate for a specified duration d, and the total amount of rainfall minus all abstraction, including interception, depression, storage, and infiltration also. So unit hydrograph component is This is the unit hydrograph. First is lag time. Second is these are the component of unit hydrograph, that is lag time, time of concentration, rising limb, recession limb, that is also known as falling limb, rising limb and falling limb. Peak flow, time to peak, that is rise time, recession curve, separation, and base flow separation. So lag time is the time for achieving highest peak. TC is the time duration for the rainfall runoff reached from the farthest point to the right point. Time of peak is the time traveled for the rising time. Base flow is the delayed flow. So rising limb of the hydrograph is also known as concentration curve, which reflect a prolonged increase in discharge from a catchment area and typically in response to a rainfall event. And recession limb or falling limb extend from a peak flow rate onward and the end of a storm flow, that is the Q flow or direct runoff, and the return to the groundwater derived flow, that is the base flow, and is often taken as the point of inflection of the recession limb. So the recession limb represents the withdrawal of water from the storage built up in the basin during the earlier phase of the hydrograph. Next is the peak discharge. So the highest point on the hydrograph when the rate of discharge is greatest, that point is the peak discharge. Lag time is the time travel from the center of the mass of the rainfall axis to the peak of the resulting hydrograph. Next is the time of peak. So the time interval from the start of the resulting hydrograph is the time of peak. Next is the discharge. So discharge is the rate of flow that is in volume per unit time passing a specific location in a near or other channel. And what is the difference between hydrograph, flood hydrograph and unit hydrograph? So hydrograph usually consists of a fairly regular lower portion that changes slowly throughout the year and a rapidly fluctuating component that represent the immediate response of to rainfall. And the lower slowly changing portion is termed base flow. The rapidly fluctuating component is also called direct runoff. And once you know the watershed response to one storm, you can predict what its response for another will look like. So how we get unit hydrograph from a flood hydrograph? So first step is that to remove base flow amount from the hydrograph. Then calculate the net rainfall by removing the infiltration and retention storage from the hydrograph. Then scale the new hydrograph unit to yield a unit hydrograph for say 1 inch for 1 hour and half inch per hour for 2 hours. Also 1 by 3 in for 3 hours. Also, one unit hydrograph means either 1 centimeter, either 1 inch. Next is the synthetic hydrograph. So synthetic hydrograph are derived by relating hydrograph characteristics such as peak flow, base time, and etc. with watershed characteristics such as area of time of concentration. Also using dimensionless unit hydrograph that is based on watershed storage. So need for synthetic hydrograph. What is the need of synthetic hydrograph? So unit hydrograph is applicable only for gauged watershed and for the point on the stream where data are measured. For other location on the stream in the same watershed or for nearby, that is the ungauged watershed, synthetic procedure are used. So first synthetic hydrograph method is cinder method. So cinder method allows the computation of lag time, unit hydrograph duration, unit hydrograph peak discharge. Also hydrograph time bits at 50% and 70% of peak flow. So according to cinder method, Lag time, that is TL, time for the center of rainfall access to the unit hydrograph. So that TL equal to C1 CT so where TL is the time in hour, C1 is the 0.75 for SI and 1 for English unit. CT is the coefficient which is a function of watershed slope and shape and its value is 1.8 to 2.2 for a steeper slope. CT is very small. L is the length of main channel. LC is the length along the main channel to the point nearest to the watershed centroid. So according to Cinder, we use the formula that is unit hydrograph duration, that is TR equal to TL divided by 5.5. This is the first formula. Second is the TPL equal to TL plus 0.25 into TR minus TR, where TLR equal to adjusted lag time. TR is the desired unit hydrograph duration. Also for unit hydrograph peak discharge, UU C2 CP divided by P, also C2 CP divided by TPR, where C2 equal to 2.75 for SI and CP is the coefficient of accounting for flood wave in the storage condition, and that value is 0.4 to 0.8. QP is the specific discharge that have unit meter cube second per kilometer square. Also feet in terms of feet, that is feet cube second per milli square. So for computation of QP, we use the formula A into QP. This formula can be used as per Cinder method. Okay, all point is clear. Any doubt to anyone? Any doubts? So please ask me. Are you understand the basic assumption of unit hydrograph. What is the difference between hydrograph, flood hydrograph, and unit hydrograph, and how we convert flood hydrograph to unit hydrograph? What is the component of unit hydrograph? What is the time of concentration? So there are lots of MCQ questions, multiple choice questions related to this topic. So all points should be clear to everyone. Is clear or not? सबको समझ में आया? किसी को कुछ पूछना है related to this topic? So now we can solve a question related to hydrograph also, and irrigation is almost completed. ओके तो क्वेश्चन स्टार्ट करें हम लोग. Okay, see the question number 35. What is the time of concentration? What is the time of concentration? Four option is given. What is the time of concentration